Some journeys aren't about glory or victory. Sometimes they're about survival. This is one of those stories. Blue Gate Village. A quiet place on the surface until it isn't. I landed here with nothing but a plan, an anvil, and the kind of hope you only get before things go very, very wrong. I move through the worn streets of Blue Gate Village, boots echoing against broken concrete. Ahead, I can hear the distant thunder of arc fire, ricocheting between the old structures. I head toward the reinforced reception. Raiders and Ark are trading shots somewhere beyond the walls. It feels like I'm walking straight into the aftermath of a storm, one that hasn't finished yet. An Ark probe sat abandoned on the dirt, practically begging to be busted open. You could almost taste the tension in the air. Thick, stale, unmoving. Every step echoed between the buildings. Too loud for my liking. I moved fast. Staying too long in one place never ends well. I headed up the stairs, throwing out a casual greeting to the raiders nearby. Hey! Above me, a few Ark units were patrolling. A Wasp drone drifts overhead, scanning the area. I slide backwards down the stairs, wait for my moment, and take the shot. The machine crashes into the dust. Not far from it, a Rocketeer hovers, too risky to poke, so I slip past and enter the reception building. The zip line takes me deep underground into the security wing. Down here, silence has weight. I scan each corner, expecting trouble. Instead, I find something worse. A downed raider. Her gear still warm. Her killer nowhere in sight. Another raider appears. He's as confused as I am. The downed raider finally bleeds out, taking her secrets with her. Gunfire echoes from somewhere up ahead. Hard to tell if it's Ark pushing in or raiders tearing each other apart. Every crate felt like a gamble, disappointment or salvation. A third raider arrives, tense and distrustful. I explain the situation, or at least what little I know.
Why is there a dead guy here? Ah, man, singe puissance.
She backs off, and the three of us head deeper into the tunnels before parting ways. It's uneasy cooperation, the only kind that exists down here. I push deeper into the tunnels, dust hanging in the air like fog. The Ark are getting more frequent, small units lurking in the corners, testing my nerves. It's clear I'm not the first one down here. Ark husks are slumped against the walls, and open containers tell a story of someone moving fast, or perhaps fleeing. I move deeper, and then I see it. A bastion. Massive. Armored. Relentless. Not something you fight lightly. I hesitate. 20 minutes left before the final lift leaves for Speranza. If I miss it, I stay here forever. All I have is an anvil, a venator, a single blaze grenade, and a pack full of healing items. It isn't smart. It isn't safe. But something in me whispers, why not? I open fire. The Bastion answers with a roar of metal and flame. Sparks flew past my head, too close for comfort. Its weapons spun up again, echoing through the tunnels. An arc fireball makes an attempt to sneak up on me, but I spot it early and deal with it quickly. The detonation hits hard, and the machine buckles before crashing to the floor. A few minutes in, another raider joins the fight, brave but unprepared. The machine tears him down almost instantly. He crawls toward me for help, but I have no defib to give. Every time I peeked, it felt like the Bastion already knew where I was. The downed raider becomes another casualty of this beast. But his gear? That might just keep me alive. For 7 long minutes, it's a rhythm of survival. Dodge, shoot, heal, move, dodge. The Bastion refuses to die. My ammo drops, my supplies thin. 16 minutes left before extraction. I ask myself if this is worth it, if any of this is worth it. The fight settles into a strange rhythm, a slow, brutal back and forth between me and the Bastion. I move from one side of the armored truck to the other, trying to stay ahead of the explosions pounding the tunnel floor. Every time I lean out, that machine answers with another barrage. Sparks rain off the metal around me, filling the air with the smell of burning steel and dust. I'm starting to feel the weight of every breath. My arms ache from the recoil. My lungs sting from the smoke. Down here, time stretches. Stretches until it feels like this fight has been going on for hours. I shift left, then right again, the closest thing to safety in this whole place. The Bastion tracks every movement like it already knows where I'll be. I scan the shadows, listening for footsteps. Down here, you never know if it's Ark closing in, or another raider hoping to finish you off while you're distracted. But it's quiet. Too quiet. Just me and the machine. I start to wonder how many others have died in this exact tunnel. How many sets of gear were shattered and forgotten when they tried to take on a Bastion alone. A heavy blast slams into the truck in front of me, and the whole frame shudders. The force rattles my teeth. The message is clear. This thing doesn't just want me dead. It wants me erased. I check my pockets out of habit, counting ammo by touch, feeling the last bandages, trying to reassure myself that I'm not fighting a losing battle, even though part of me knows I am. The Bastion growls, hydraulics whining as it adjusts its stance. It's relentless, tireless, built for endurance. Meanwhile, I'm fighting fatigue, hunger, and the creeping certainty that one mistake ends everything. I dart across to the other side of the truck again. The lights overhead flicker. Dust shakes loose from the tunnel ceiling. The whole structure feels like it's protesting this fight. For a moment, a strange calm settles over me, that quiet instinct before you do so. I make a run for it, trying to find breathing room. Instead, I attract low-level arc. Great. I deal with them fast, stumble back behind cover, and narrowly avoid a relentless assault that would have ended everything. I slip into the back corridors, boots echoing off the narrow concrete walls. The roar of the Bastion fades behind me, but the vibration of each blast still trembles through the floor. Even when I can't see it, I can feel it. I search every crate, every corner, every body. I need grenades, healing items, ammo, something, anything. Anything that can tip the odds against that thing. I press my back against the wall, forcing myself to breathe. Just a moment. Just long enough to steady my hands and remind myself that I'm still alive. I scan the corners. Every shadow looks like it could hide another ARC unit waiting to pounce. My nerves are frayed from the fight, but the stillness down here is just as dangerous. When it's this quiet, it usually means something is watching. I move again, sticking to the edges, keeping low. The corridors twist, offering scattered glimpses of the arena I came from. If I can circle around, maybe I can find a cleaner angle. Somewhere I can hit the Bastion without it pinning me down again. A distant metallic groan echoes through the tunnels. The Bastion dragging itself across the chamber, searching. It hasn't forgotten me. Machines like that don't forget. I press against the corridor wall, trying to steady my breathing. Same cramped hall, same stone floor, no real cover, just distance. I check my ammo with shaking hands. I don't know if I've got enough to finish this, but I know running won't save me. The Bastion's hydraulics roar at the end of the tunnel. It's waiting, and I can't stall any longer. Round 2 starts with fire and fury. The Bastion isn't alone this time. It brings backup. ARC units swarm in, determined to finish me off. I drop the minions, reload, and face the monster again. Just over 9 minutes left. The Bastion starts venting flames from its shell, a sign it's close to breaking. I'm close too. I'm nearly out of ammo, nearly out of healing, nearly out of time. I switch to the Venator. I need to conserve my ammo, just in case raiders are waiting outside. Finally, the Bastion collapses. Metal groans, sparks fly. And it falls. I loot everything I can. Every second counts. A lone hornet spots me. Normally harmless, but in my state, it's lethal. Every dodge matters. Every misstep could be the last. It weaves through debris, flickering through shadows, unpredictable. It smashes into a truck and explodes. I exhale for the first time in minutes. The Hornet finally hit the ground, its lights flickering out. With the echo of the last blast fading, I stepped back into the tunnel, and for the first time in minutes, everything was quiet. The Bastion lay there where I'd dropped it earlier, a massive heap of metal and heat, still steaming like it was angry even in death. Up close, you could feel the warmth coming off the armor. Whatever powered this thing fought to the very last spark. I approached carefully. Machines this big. Sometimes they make one last twitch before the core settles. Didn't need a metal fist to the face after everything else today. Once I was sure it wasn't waking back up, I started searching through the wreck. Panels torn open, exposed wiring, shattered plating, perfect for scavenging. These things carry parts you won't find anywhere else. Expensive parts. It's always strange, standing over something that tried to crush you minutes earlier. When it's charging you, it feels unstoppable. When it's down, it looks like a wounded animal, huge, heavy, and helpless. I swept the perimeter one more time. No movement, no reinforcements. Just the smell of burnt circuitry hanging in the air. My pack was nearly full, and the longer I stayed, the worse the idea sounded. Noise like that tends to draw attention, and I'd already pushed my luck today. So I took one last look at the Bastion's carcass, tightened the straps on my gear, and started heading for the exit. This little moment of calm wouldn't last, not in these tunnels. Three minutes left. The final lift is 500 meters away. And I'm encumbered. Of course, 7 adrenaline shots. That's all I have to bridge the distance between life and death. Making my way out of the tunnels, I could still feel the vibration of the fight in my arms. Funny thing, once the machines stop trying to kill you, the silence almost feels louder. Every step echoed like a warning. The kind of quiet that makes you think something's watching, even if nothing is. I kept glancing over my shoulder, half expecting another seeker or a stray patrol to drop in for round 2. The air smelled like burnt metal and dust. Standard end-of-run perfume. My gear was heavier now, weighed down with scrap from the Bastion. But dropping any of it wasn't an option. Not after what it took to get it. All I had to do was make it back to Speranza. Simple enough. But in these tunnels, simple usually dies before the rest of us do. I burst out of the tunnels, daylight blinding. Less than 2 minutes left. As I got closer to the extraction point, that uneasy feeling started creeping in. The one you get when you're almost safe, and the world tries one last time to ruin your day. My footsteps were the only sound. No drones, no echoes of machinery. Too quiet. Either everything nearby was dead, or everything was waiting. I shift the Bastion cells to my prison wallet. Can't risk losing them now. I tightened my grip on my weapon. Not that I had much ammo left to back up the attitude. The Bastion and the Hornet had taken most of it. Whatever was left had to be enough to deal with anything between me and that button. It was strange. After all the chaos, the walk to extraction felt like moving through a memory. Calm, slow, but heavy. Like the world was holding its breath. Didn't matter. I was getting out, even if I had to sprint the last stretch. Six seconds remain when I reach the lift shaft. A wasp spots me. It opens fire. I slam the lift button with less than 1 second before lockdown. No health, no bandages. The wasp keeps repositioning, trying to finish what the Bastion couldn't. I take a breath and fire 3 perfect shots. The wasp drops. The lift doors open. I drag myself inside, battered, exhausted, alive. Speranza rises to meet me, and the tunnels of Blue Gate fall away. Some people call this place dangerous. Some call it unpredictable. But to me, it's home. If you enjoyed this journey, there are many more waiting below the surface. Thanks for watching. And until next time, stay sharp out there.